Hello, everybody. Anime Reflux. Woo.
Yay!
That was a noise. Can't
It
you? What was?
was.
So,
Well, the way you said it, I didn't know if I was supposed to be excited or I was questioningly excited. I was like, I was
Oh,
supposed to
I
be.
you're doing the Tim Allen.
That is also the
no,
secondary noise that could have been.
no, it wasn't. So, I wonder if Tim Allen's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. Anyway, uh, things to think about. Um, Phoenix Wright is the thing. Ace Attorney, rather. Well,
Yeah.
I suppose technically not because Japanese they haven't dubbed it yet. So, like, if they do, I assume it's going to be redubbed as Phoenix Wright. But for now, it's another name that I can't be bothered to look up and pronounce. So,
We're not going to try that.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
a
Ace
long,
Attorney.
it's a pointlessly long name. So, in true Japanese style. Yeah, this is the first episode of this show is literally just the tutorial case for the first game.
I've never played Phoenix Wright before in my life, so I was like, okay. I mean, by the end of it, I don't know what the killer's motives were, but okay.
You got
He got
caught
caught.
stealing.
Okay.
He was a newspaper salesman that broke into people's houses while they weren't there, and she came home at a bad time. That's the motive. Um,
Okay. I must have missed that, but they never discussed it in the trial. So,
yeah, right after he was arrested, they say, oh, "Here's what he was really doing." Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Now,
yeah, I don't
wait,
know. I don't know whether to summarize this.
you played this? You played Phoenix Wright?
I played the tutorial case, and that was fun. And then it got to the stuff where you have to investigate the next case, which was a little. I mean, he's a lawyer. That's not what they do. And it was also old fashioned adventure game bullshit, which was not a thing I liked to do in any circumstance. So, yeah, I played for a while and then gave up once it got to that bit.
Uh,
I've never played a Phoenix Wright game. This is exactly how I imagined a Phoenix Wright game would go.
You'd be correct. It is note for note, beat for beat. It's exactly the same. Which, for the first minute or two, gave me a bit of nostalgia. It's like, oh yeah, the clock and the. Yeah. And then it kept going. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I remember that too. Mm hmm. Yeah, the wig flies off and everything. Mm. Yep. Yeah.
The power of an objection is intense in this world.
when used correctly, it is.
I mean, that wasn't really an objection. The judge says, well, I
Yeah,
guess.
it wasn't, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
It really wasn't an objection, but you know what? Sure.
Also, I don't know how the Japanese legal system works, but by the time that the witness testimony was completely unraveled, I'm pretty sure that established reasonable doubt, and thus, what's his name would get off. But, yeah.
Not the drama of this game does not allow for that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Or maybe there's a different set of legal rules
It is
in the
dealing
Phoenix
with
Wright
Japan's
world.
legal system, and I don't know how that works, so I can't really criticize it in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, if. Yeah, this is clearly not the American legal system, because this is a homicide case. This would be a full jury trial. So, this is the Japanese system. No idea how that works. Can't even comment on that. I was trying to think of, like, okay, because the summary doesn't really work for this, because this is. Like, it's just a game. I was like, okay, it's just like the game, But what's different in the anime versus the game? And I thought about it for a little bit. I'm like, yeah, there wasn't anything, was there? I can't think of a single thing that wasn't just in the game.
Well, that may be the case, but quite frankly, several games I've played, I've just wanted to see an anime adaptation of it just to see how everything would play out if it were done that way. And, I mean, in this case, yeah, no pun intended. In this case, I mean, it seems like it would be a good way to introduce people into the games if they weren't into them already. I mean, that's pretty much what I got from the show. Just anime adaptation of a popular game, just building on the popularity and hoping to expand it.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's still a good show.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess that's the backlash of the whole, hey, they're just doing the game, nostalgia, and then the nostalgia wears off very quickly, and it's just like, okay, this was just like the game. So for the part that I actually played, yeah, this got tired really quickly. But if I was to keep watching and got to the point where I was like, okay, this is adventure game bullshit, I don't care anymore, and just kept watching, I'd probably find it a lot more enjoyable. I'd probably have enjoyed watching an anime version of it than doing the adventure game puzzle bullshit that they tried to pull in the video game. So,
as for me, I've never played a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game, so this was... I mean, I've had some exposure to it. The Crossbrain is fond of it, and I've had a few... We did that objection scene in This Bites. I know a few things about it, seen it around, but this was my first real, complete exposure to the series, and, well, I'm not sure it quite inspired me to buy the game, but, I mean, I like the show, and, I mean, that's the point. For those who've played the games, it's nostalgia, and for those who haven't, it's a nice alternative, a nice bit of enjoyable way to see the characters without going through the tedium of playing through the game. So, just a different way of enjoying the Phoenix Wright universe. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't really have anything else to say about this show. This was unfortunately short. Anyone got anything?
I thought it actually made me want to get the game just so I could try it. I know you don't like the adventure game style thing, but I'm pretty sure I'd be down for it.
Yeah, to be clear, when I say adventure game, I don't mean like Telltale. I mean like King's Quest.
The searching for all the clues and everything.
Yeah, King's Quest, Broken Sword, all that sort of stuff.
I wouldn't dislike that myself. Again, though, not sure I'm going to look into playing the game, but I mean, I certainly wouldn't mind if I had to.
Ken, you got anything?
Not really. It was middle of the road for me. Like, it was one thumb up. And that's all I've got. I didn't hate it, but I don't know. It didn't speak to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't enthrall old Ken. That's important.
Yes. It is important to enthrall Ken. So, yeah, I guess that's case closed.
No. Boo. That's not what we do here.
Let's fucking roll. It's a short episode, but I mean, yeah.
Alrighty. So
it's shorter than the landlord is in puberty, and that's saying something.
Well, there was a lot to digest at that show.
Mm.
No, there wasn't.
Mm-mm.
You see,
So this week we get 16.
16. That's P.
P.
I mean, the landlord is whatever the fuck it was called. At least that one we could talk about how we were pleasantly surprised that it wasn't creepy.
Yes, okay, that's fair. Alright, so, good show, but anyway, 57.
Alrighty. P. Last time we were here, we got the pet shop story.
Which was a very good surprise for me.
What will we get reaching into the anime basket of wonders this week, I wonder?
Oh god, Persona 5 should be on the list now, I guess.
It should be 37.
37.
Persona
Looks
5.
like another princess one. No. Actually, it's a prince. The Prince of Tennis.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm down. I watched this show in its entirety, including the sequel.
Oh god.
I'm not 100% okay with the fact that I did, but, it was fine as a time waster.
You know what? I only have to do it once. I don't have to watch 100 episodes of this shit like I did last time, so...
Yeah, so no chance of vetoing this one. So, moving to the synopsis.
Oh, right, yeah, I have to do that shit, don't I?
God, just looking at Ryoma's face pisses me off.
Yeah, he's the little jerk. Echizen Ryoma is a young tennis prodigy who has won 4 consecutive tennis championships, but who constantly lies in the shadow of his father, a former pro tennis player. He's 15. Why is he in the shadow? Whatever. He joins the Seishun Gakuen Junior High School. One of those words literally just means high school, so that's redundant. One of the best tennis schools in Japan, and there, along with his teammates, he learns to find his own type of tennis in an attempt to defeat his biggest obstacle of all, his father as well as himself.
Oh, his own type of tennis? You mean being good at every type of tennis and not having weaknesses?
Yeah.
Asshole.
It was fine.
Well, at least some of us know exactly what we're getting into this coming week.
Have you never seen this?
Me? No. I've seen the advertisements, but I was never interested in anime about professional sports.
Well, it's not really professional sports. It's school sports, and it's done in the shonen typical style of super moves and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When will we finally see that Yakuza Prince of Tennis?
I don't know. I need to learn more about tennis and school.
And Yakuza, presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing Prince of Tennis. I'm okay with it. I haven't watched it in a while. I can stand to watch one episode.
Small little fucker. God, I hate this show.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
I was like 12 when I first saw this.
I feel old.
And I hated this guy then. So I'm pretty sure my attitude and temperament for this kind of person has only gotten worse over time. So let's see how that works out for me.
Yay!
Alright, so that's what we're doing next week, Prince of Tennis. So, yeah, bye everybody, I guess. It's a short episode.
Bye.
Objection. This was far too short.
Also, you just want to fill time and vamp for the next, let's say, minute or so. So this is still technically not our shortest episode. I mean...
Sure. Patient, that objection didn't have enough spirit behind it.
Well, why don't you show me how it's done?
And, nah. I'm
See,
good.
that's the correct response. If you don't have the spirit to do a proper objection, then you shouldn't do one.
Because if you don't, it'll kill your case.
I'm tempted to do it, but like I
at
can't work
zero.
up the energy for it. I really can't.
You know what? I'm going to spite you. I'm going to end the episode at 14:59. It's still going to be our shortest.